grace is on your side. This is a mighty existence, and the ultimate truth is in each and every one of us. If we can say that life has a purpose, it is that of unveiling this truth, so as to win oneself back from the state of hypnosis and awaken to the real. In satsang, in this climate of spiritual grace, the Buddha nature, the Christ light or consciousness, is revealed and set free from the illusory imprisonment of psychological identity. May our lives be the very evidence of truth. A twig away from nirvana. There once was a man who was beautifully dispassionate, kind, and detached from everything. He was so empty of himself, so quiet that he was almost invisible. He was married and had children whom he loved dearly, but he was not attached to them either. Nothing seemed to bother him. Even when he came home from work early one day and walked in on his wife having a great time in bed with the milkman, he simply said, "Oh, hello. How are you, dear? I see that you have a friend over. Enjoy, enjoy. Don't let me interrupt you. Shall I perhaps make you both a cup of tea?" He used to say to his wife, "Whatever makes you happy makes me happy." But his wife only thought, "What kind of man is this?" Most men who walk in on their wives become furious, or at least feel betrayed, but this one is not worried about anything at all. And so, uncomprehending and unappreciative of his true detachment, she said to him, "You are a good person, but I need a real man," and so she left him. Then his children confronted him. "What kind of father are you anyway? Everyone knows this scandalous story and your strange reaction. You're a terrible father. The milkman would be a better dad than you." He responded in his clear, peaceful way, "Oh yes, you're probably quite right. I'm not such a good father." Even more infuriated by his continued detachment, his children said, "We don't want to have anything to do with you." He was now left quite alone, but as he was unattached to any particular outcome, he was unperturbed by his family's judgments. So he went on his way, and after a while he found himself in a monastery. He was deeply content with his work there, which was to clean and rake the sand of the Zen garden into beautiful circles. He did this with great care, and afterward he would sit on a rock in meditation, but he didn't have to meditate because he was meditation itself. Completely absorbed in his being, so detached, so quiet, so empty was he that he even started to become invisible. Those walking through the Zen garden very often wouldn't notice him at all. I trust in the blissful stillness of Shiva. That is a true man. Cultivate Shiva consciousness. Don't so much ask what the trigger is, rather ask for whom does it matter. What is your twig? Meaning, what will bring up powerful distractions for you? These internal forces will warn you that liberation is the biggest risk you could ever take, like skydiving without a parachute, because it amounts to the ultimate dissolution of the ego. Paradoxically, you are only coming back to what you can never not be, but have been unconscious of up until now. You are not going to become something else. You are going to stop becoming something else. You are just going to stop becoming and rest in your being, and that's where the fight comes in. Hope you liked the video.